Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. Newcastle 0, Manchester United 2. It's 4 wins out of 4. It's 12 points out of 12 for interim manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it's fantastic. Of course, these were 4 winnable games, with Newcastle being the hardest, and last night was tough. It was a typical English January wintry game, and Manchester United came through it. Detractors will say we didn't play well. Oh yes, we did. We battled, we tackled, and when we got the ball, we tried to bring it forward, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's substitutions absolutely worked. Sanchez is looking good for a player who hasn't played for ages. Lukaku even scored. Wow, his first touch in the back of the net. And of course, Rashford, absolutely fantastic. Having Solskjaer with Rashford, Solskjaer has improved Rashford 100%. Rashford was struggling under Jose, just like all the skillful players, because not being a player himself, Jose didn't understand how to develop them. Ole is a Manchester United great. Now let's talk about the power structure at Manchester United. What's the truth of things? Some people are saying that Mickey Phelan is the real manager and Ole Solskjaer is just kind of there just for some goodwill. I think that Sir Alex Ferguson is the unofficial general manager, and I think that Ole Solskjaer and Mickey Phelan are his trusted lieutenants. I think that's what's going on. Fergie has made sure that his press guys have come out telling us that he's now kind of there. We've seen Ole invite him onto the training pitch, and that's the first time he's seen training since his brain hemorrhage. So that's quite nice as well. But yeah, Sir Alex Ferguson is running things here. Now we're going to need a more long-term strategy than that. But for now, it's working and it's great. It's old school United. United turn up, you know they're going to win by hook or by crook. And last night wasn't like the other 3 games. It wasn't about playing good football and outscoring the opposition. It was just about being patient, battling on a cold Newcastle January. It was a great performance. It's all very well expected. I heard people say 3-1, 6-0, ridiculous. I don't understand why my fellow United fans do it. We are going to a team and a club desperate not to be relegated. Do you think they're just going to bend over and say, you're Man United, you better do it? No. Although the tackle on Pogba was disgraceful, and hopefully he's not injured permanently through that. But I don't think he's even injured. Samuel Luckhurst tried to say that he was limping on the coach. Just media talk, just to create some nerves. He's fine. He may not play against Reading at the weekend. It is Reading we've got at Old Trafford in the Cup, isn't it? Frog in my throat. Jose's still there. But anyway, yeah, look, it's looking good. But yes, we've played opposition we should beat. But it's opposition. Jose wouldn't have won all those games. He wouldn't have won last night at Newcastle. We would have lost 1 or 2-1, right? No question about that. Ole is turning it around. The new power structure at United is turning it around. They made a gutsy decision getting rid of Mourinho. I mean, to us it was obvious, but they had very few options. So Fergie's option of Mickey Phelan and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is perfect. When I heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being mentioned, I'm thinking, oh no. This poor lad's managing in Norway. They're going to, if he fails, the fans are going to make toast of him. And you don't want to see a great. That's one of the things about a legendary, iconic player and a popular character coming back. You don't want to see them hated by the fans. He made some interesting decisions last night. The captaincy of Valencia and Valencia playing will not make sense to many people. Look, he's trying to be fair. He's playing everyone. In a lot of ways, he's allowing Valencia to hang himself. He's going to give him a chance so it doesn't come back and haunt him. Valencia needs games as well because he hasn't played, but he's in his 30s now. Valencia hasn't got a future at Manchester United. I think the captaincy is just a token gesture. He's Fergie's man, so certainly maybe a bit of pressure being put on by Fergie onto Ole to keep on playing him. I don't know. So really, really good right now. It's obviously Reading and then it's Tottenham. That's the game where we see where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Mickey Phelan. We see what they're made of. It's a big moment. Can we make the impossible happen? Can we finish in the top 4? I think if we beat Spurs, I think not only will we get in the top 4, but I think we can nestle ourselves in 3rd or 2nd again. I know it sounds impossible, but beating Spurs would show that this squad is good enough and able enough in a big game to win. We've got the players, yes. We need to bring players in. There are issues at Manchester United in the playing side. There's players who are too old to accept a new challenge that need to go. No Fellaini in the entire squad. Rumours that he's going. Again, very, very interesting. I think he will go. I think him not being in the squad, I think Ollie's barely mentioned him. It's interesting when he wants to mention players and big them up, he does. But he hasn't mentioned Fellaini. I think he's going to be gone. And I think in the summer, that strategy will continue with other older players that maybe don't fit the Manchester United criteria being gone as well. You know what I think, if you watch my other videos? Ollie will be the new Manchester United head coach with this structure. I think they will want a younger general director of football, kind of general manager in place with Fergie as long as he can, overseeing the whole structure. I think that's really good. It's really, look, Fergie being this overseer, playing this godfather role, should have happened as soon as he left. But I think he'd been in management for nearly 25 years. He wanted a break. And he thought he could trust Moyes. Moyes let him down. And then Van Gaal was a letdown as well. And Mourinho was just totally the wrong fit for us. So now we're getting it right. We're going to get that structure right. Now, January transfers. Will we do any business? I think we will. I think we'll buy 3 players. I mean, it seems a bit weird to start buying players now. But if they're available, look, January is a difficult time. It's not really the time where players in their peak want to come to other clubs. So it'll be interesting, but I think we can look forward to 3 signings, maybe cheap signings. A lot of people will try and big up, oh, big transfers, this, that. No. I expect 3 kind of maybe younger players in their early 20s, 25, 22, something like that. I have no idea who. But right now, it's great to be a Man United fan again. It's like the Fergie era again. You go to a ground, you play at Old Trafford, you give it all, you play some football, and you win. And last night was no exception. Of course, there was some poor performances in there, but as a team, we gelled well, we fought well, and ultimately, we scored 2 and they scored 0. And that is how football works.